step across this line. I never dare you, motherfucker. Cross this one.
Electric sparking wires exposed. Skoda cuts deep where the truth erodes. Rebel in the trenches, voice explodes. This the HLS, the code overloads.
You can't leave home because they will ban you.
What are you eating, bro? Hi. What are you eating? Cereal? Got cereal all over your nose. Look at you.
Noodles crying.
Look at you.
I'm trying to hurry up.
Noodles all over your nose. Why are you crying?
That shit's spicy as fuck. Yeah. But
no, blow you know, blow it out.
African pepper soup mix.
African pepper soup mix.
Yeah. Up in these fucking rice noodles.
What country does the African pepper, or countries does it come from? Or are there multiple African peppers?
African red pepper usually comes from West Africa. So Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, Benin.
Cool.
Which are mostly grows.
All right.
We don't name things. We just call it pepper.
This camera you're using,
True.
is it the same old camera you were using before and you just changed the settings?
Is
this
my
why?
digital camera. It's my DSLR.
Okay.
Who are you talking to?
It's a Rebel.
Electric.
It's a Scroto.
Oh, crap. I can't hear electric.
We just said everybody's name just now. Tell him to drop and come back.
I was wondering why he didn't say anything.
Said drop and come back.
I know.
Yeah, you got 23 seconds left. Something's going to happen.
Quiet.
You got 23 seconds. What's going to happen in 23 seconds? 15, 14, 13. What's going on? You, Scroto? I think your shit's about to explode, bro.
It might. I think it's probably not timeout since I'm not recording.
Oh, there it is. It's gone now. Yo, that's funny. Subject is too dark.
Subject is too dark.
That's disrespectful. That is so disrespectful.
That's so racist.
Yo, for real. That is so disrespectful.
Golly.
The words aren't backwards?
No.
Backwards for me.
Did you hear what it said?
Not so what it said. I've been seeing that.
That's so
Imagine when you're actually taking a picture of a person and says that.
That's so messed up.
I mean, that's literally what it's for. If the subject is too dark, I'm like, so it's not like it's not like it's a reach that you said that. That's what they meant.
I don't know, but still, go back in that engineer room. Do better. Handle dark subjects.
Well, so you can take pictures of niggas now.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Missing out on a whole continent.
No, I'm tucking the camera out electrically. I'm gonna start streaming again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Not to mention all the other continents that have dark people. It's messed up.
All right. So let's kick it off. Are we ready? Scroto, you ready?
Yeah, bitch, I'm ready.
All right. Let's do it then.
You were so muted.
I wasn't muted. I was laughing.
All right. So welcome to the HLS Podcast, the podcast that never was. Late to the party. Radical Titty and Friends. To that point. Haters loving sarcasm. Hot like summer. High level sophistication. Hidden logical circuit. Name pending. I'm the Roll Alliance.
I'm Scordola.
And this is Electric Thunder.
Yeah, I tried to fix some of the names this time because I was like, you know what? Let me just write these down because I'm starting to mix them up. And I still mixed them up. Yeah, well.
That's a good idea, dude.
That's
a great idea. I don't know why no one said anything about that earlier.
I said it a long time ago to
We
Ray.
both have been saying that.
I know.
Oh, that was sarcasm.
Yeah. Haters loving sarcasm. Yeah. So yeah, I'll fix them. I'll figure out some more. Name pending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before we get really into this week's topic, hey, did y'all hear what LeBron said about Memphis?
No.
Because it has me rolling. This man said, I'm 41 effing years old. He said, I'm effing 41 years old. You think I want to do that? Being in Memphis on a random ass Thursday? I'm not like the first guy to talk about it. Like we all say, hey, y'all guys got to move. Go over to Nashville. And apparently
Can you give us
were,
some context?
huh?
Can you give us some context?
No, he was just on a golf course, chatting it up with some folks. He was,
Oh, this is like straight up mid conversation.
yeah. But yeah, in mid conversation, Memphis caught a stray.
That's
just
funny.
the entire city. It was really Memphis and Milwaukee.
You know, he gonna do something to be like, I never said that.
Oh no, he on the complete opposite. When asked about it, he doubled down. He was like, "Yeah, I said it."
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him for not lying.
He was like, "I'm 41 years old. Those are two cities I do not like playing in right now." And he's like, "What? Why are you asking me about this?" He's like, "It's not about the people. The people are fine. It's more so I don't like staying at the Hyatt Centric." He's like, "Well, I don't like going home either, and I'm from there."
That's true.
So,
even from a shitty place, you gotta be like, yeah, this place got to.
So I just, and of course, Memphis, the city, is still butthurt. As they should be. Hey, man, that's our city. So, but yeah,
they know. They know.
Do they know?
They know.
I mean, they probably love it. I mean, if you're from there, it's probably mad comfortable. There was this thing that somebody sent that said, it was our friend of the podcast, Lasso the Great, sent it, and it was essentially saying like,
"Yo, friend." No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm joking. You're my friend. Always been my friend. Never not been my friend.
Technically, your friend before you was my friend.
True.
He reintroduced us.
True.
Yeah. So anyway, he sent a thing that was like, there's really only like 3 cities in the U.S. Like there's New York. I think it's New York and Houston, and then everything else is a variation of those two. Boston doesn't exist. No. And so what they were saying is essentially that it's a good way to describe like urban sprawl versus like, Central, I forget what the official name of that is, but yeah. So they go through all of these cities, and so they were talking about like, oh yeah, LA, that's like 2 New Yorks surrounded by Houston. And then they were talking about other cities, and like each of them was some type of either urban sprawl, Houston, or like skyscrapers in the center, New York. Mm-hmm. I just thought it was funny. That H-Town got the shout out. Random internet dude who apparently likes to study urban development and planning and
rabble rouse, if you will.
Then make memes and music about them. He immediately closed that video with a song about the Los Angeles metro system. So, which
I didn't know existed until like right I was about to leave.
Yeah, he made us see. Maybe his song should have been more famous.
Oops.
Got to get on the internet. So yeah.
Hey, what was the name of that black dude who talks about animals? It's not National Geographic, but it's
Casual Geographic.
Casual Geographic. I couldn't remember for the name of me, and I was trying to show my son something. But now that I know, shout out to Casual Geographics. I mean, even though like I gotta like pre-watch it because he be going in sometimes.
Yeah, but to that point, it's my daughter's new favorite thing because of course she loves animals, and so I was like, you know what? Instead of you watching all this brain rot, here, like influencer.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also in recent news, apparently Gen Z finally is discovering that everything that they're saying is just stuff that, old black folk have been saying for a while. And by old, I mean us.
Been telling people that.
It's like stuff that's generally how slang works. Like we start saying something and then it gets appropriated is the word I'm going to choose to use.
That's the right word.
Yeah.
That is the right word.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Like, what are some of the words that they're using?
Cap.
Yep.
Cap's old.
Yep.
Oh, I never heard of cap before.
Yeah.
When you would cap, you would like, it was almost like we called it ranking, called it dozens, called putting something down, called roasting, but when you cap, you say your mama's so ugly, A, B, and C, which is basically just, hyperbole. You're lying. So if someone's capping, then like, or like, I say like, yo, Electric, I saw you shitting in the woods yesterday, but bro, like, oh, he's capping. Like, I'm trying to make fun of you, but that's a lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny because like I'll hear them use something and I'm like, you're using it wrong, but I know why they're using it wrong because whomever they heard it from didn't know the real origins of it.
Clock it, old.
Yep.
Clock it took a while for them to understand how to use because people would, man, when I say them, I'm talking about like really Gen Alpha, to be honest, because that's who I'm around more often than not.
Facts.
I'm around a little bit of Gen Z too, because my little brother's Gen Z also, but he don't really be talking a lot. They say, what you call it? Does that clock to you? I'm like, that's
right.
You didn't do that right. And
Yeah.
I'm old and I know that. You ain't do that right. Go.
But of course, you know, enough of them say it and then they're like, well, that's not what it means anymore. I'm like, I mean, y'all made the dictionary take up irregardless, so I don't trust you.
Your fault.
Just enough of y'all say something, y'all are like, oh, this is what it means. It's like, that's not what that meant. But
Yeah, I think that was us. I think that was our fault.
I mean, you know, it's like how the new generation of black kids can't play spades because parents never let them at the table. Yeah, you got past stuff now.
One, oh my god. Oh, okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah, man. Yo, I didn't learn how to play spades until I was an adult because with nobody taking a chance with me as their partner.
You gotta just eat it, bro. You gotta just eat crow.
Nah, they had a game to win.
So, at what age are your kids learning to play spades?
I mean, I barely learned, so I have to teach them once they have the attention span.
No, they just gotta figure it out by themselves, like I did. And give them everything.
You know how many
Generational
opportunities
trauma.
I've had so many opportunities growing up to learn spades, and I never did. Yeah.
I mean,
as a
that's
kid,
how it happens.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
just
how
like,
it
nah, I'm
happens.
good. I don't want to play no card games. I want to go outside and run.
Yo, I was telling somebody else that like our generation used to love going outside.
Yeah.
Like for real. Not on some like, oh, I need to play this sport, but like I just want to go outside and foot race my friends. Just cause.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see kids doing that anymore.
Racing?
Just racing for no reason? Yeah.
Yeah, they absolutely do that still.
Good. I haven't seen that in a minute.
I see that constantly. So much so I'm like, oh, my son's actually really fast, so we're gonna try to put him in track this
Oh,
during
good.
the off season.
Good.
Didn't you and I and your wife have a foot race, Squirta? On your block?
We didn't have a foot race. We sprinted down the street at the same time.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we weren't trying to race. Yeah, that's right. We were getting
No, that sounds weird.
we were getting
Mm.
exercise.
We said 1, 2, 3, go, and then we sprinted as fast as we could all together. But it wasn't a race. We were just exercising.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like,
fine.
that's what somebody who loses the foot race would say.
Do that more often.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That at the same time, I'm hearing that. I'm like, please be careful. Please
Yo,
be extremely
like I
careful.
said, my wife tried to race my son the other day, and I was like, yo.
Yo.
So she did the whole 1, 2, and then she like said, wait, let me stretch, kind of little jokey joke thing. I'm saying, nah, get that stretch in.
Yeah, for real.
After the race, I was like, okay, I thought she was going, she works out and stuff,
Yeah, your
So,
wife
okay,
be
maybe it
running,
was,
bro.
Bro, after that race, she was like, she was hurting trying to beat that dude, man. That was funny.
Yeah, man. Oh, I can't give my daughter any head starts anymore. She can run. She fast.
We
So.
ain't doing head starts, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, no, we gonna really race. Last time I gave her a head start, like I had to like run for real. I was like, never again. We starting on the same line now.
My son's a distance runner, so like he will beat me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's
your
really
boys play
short and really
soccer.
long.
Yeah,
So-
he plays the sport that you literally run for an hour and a half.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's how he plays it.
And if anybody gets hurt and have to stop, they add more time on to make sure they get the full hour and a half.
Where you going?
Oh man, I used to hate being midfield. So anyway,
Wait.
yeah, exactly. We stopped for exactly 4 minutes. Oh man, yeah, the same thing. I mean, we're at that age. You gotta think about stuff before you do it. I see somebody standing on a chair. I'm like, There was a baseball game, one of my son's baseball games. Somebody hit a foul ball from the other field. I think I told y'all this. And I'm on the top of the bleachers, like just 3 rows back. So I'm like, oh, let me just hop over the bleachers and get it. This other dad saw me and was like, hey, don't do that no more. And I was like, you right. And I was like, hey, you saw. I was like, you saw I thought about it before I did it though, right? He was like, I did. He's like, you gonna feel that tomorrow. I'm like, I might be all right. But yeah, man.
All right. What's today's episode?
Today's episode is Opposites Might Attract. So essentially, I was watching a video and it was the same thing. It brought up the topic of how you meet someone and, they might like the same thing that you like. You might watch the same obscure anime or something, or their energy matches your energy. Y'all believe in the same things and whatnot. Does that set up a better match or relationship versus the old adage opposites attract, where it's like, you and your partner are opposites. Like, you hate being cold. They can't have a blanket on them. You don't like leftovers. They love leftovers. They always finish the meal. So, they like the scraps. I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on how y'all see this. One, from the first off, do you want someone that matches your energy, like y'all two specifically, or do you need someone who corrects your vibe?
I would like a mix of both. I always wanted somebody that was a little bit different than me, because I want something that's just different than me. If you leave things up to me, I'll just live my life without really discovering too many new things nowadays. So I would think I would want somebody a little bit different, but with good temperament, understanding, and good compatibility as far as how we treat conversations in difficult times.
Ooh, have you experienced someone, because I'm always curious what somebody finds compatible. What would you say is not compatible, where it was like, oh, this is like pulling teeth, even though y'all want to stay together?
Someone that doesn't understand you, or that takes the good intentions that you try to express and they take it the wrong way.
Yeah, I've had that. Me and my wife now, there's multiple times, a couple years ago, where I had to be like, hey, same team. All right? You, me, same team. I am not your enemy. You can't win against me.
This is also not an argument or competition.
Right?
I don't know why we're framing things that I'm venting now. But anyway, go ahead. I was completely unrelated. My bad. You fall back. I'll let you continue your point.
My point. I finished my point. You can go ahead.
Speak on this, Corona. That came from the heart.
No, I was joking. As far as opposites attracting and stuff like that, I don't know. I think that I first learned that I'm a difficult person to deal with when I roomed with Rebel freshman year in college. I was like, oh, I'm awful. Okay. And then I devised I came up with that. Honestly, this is that whole. For those of y'all that don't know, Rebel and I roomed freshman year. Rebel and I have been best friends forever. Mm-hmm. We roomed freshman year because we were really cool in college. I'm in high school. We roomed freshman year, and we wanted to kill each other by the end of the year. Rebel literally just stopped talking to me, and I was like, "Fuck that dude! I don't want to talk to him either." And we didn't start hanging out again until junior year.
Really?
So the step team was the reason why we started hanging out again.
I'm also a hermit. You were out and about, so
you wouldn't check in for me.
I don't take for anybody else. That's just
on IM.
Oh,
anyway. Yeah. And so that's how I realized, oh, this is significant. I learned that, I can't live with him because he is awful also. But I think Rebel and I are very, very similar. In a lot of ways, almost too similar, right? But there are some distinctive differences. But I realized that, like, I always say that if you met yourself, if you could like meet yourself, but the person just looked a little different and it wasn't you, but that everything else is like the same, that everybody who met themselves would hate themselves. And I think that because the BS that I do, I typically, or the BS that anyone does, they typically give themselves a pass for it because it's them. There's an excuse for it. There's a reason for it because they know everything about it. You're much more inclined to forgive yourself for whatever transgressions, big or small. You do not always do that with other people. And when you excuse something that you probably shouldn't excuse, it's okay for you to do that. But when someone else has excused something that they should not excuse, that boils most people's blood. And so I think that you having someone who's too similar to you is just inherently dangerous for a lot of reasons. Due to that theory. But, you know, opposites attracting, I think it's true, but where those opposites are matters, like very much matters, right? I want somebody who has the same energy as me, but completely different, because left up to myself, I don't know what I'll do left up to my own devices. And I'm glad that I don't ever have to really think about that. So that's my take. As frustrating as these opposites may be, I acknowledge that I'm probably equally as frustrating to them in my oppositeness too. But it's the balance that we provide. You know, my wife and I sometimes want to just rip each other's heads off. But first of all, shout out to my wife. 12 years yesterday.
Hey, congratulations.
Yo, congratulations, man.
Happy anniversary.
It's not easy, you know, but you know, it's helpful when you're married to your best friend. And I say that because we've been best friends since we were kids. So that helped out a lot, because I don't know how the rest of y'all be doing it, because but you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, we want to be at each other's throats sometimes, but you know, the things that she does or her flaws are my strengths a lot of the times, and vice versa. So it just kind of helps out. We look at it like a tag team thing, right? Like a tag team, you want your tag team to be balanced. You don't want the same person. So
yeah, well, I mean, I always tell myself that
unless it's two Chuck Norrises, RIP.
Then you want the same person.
Then you want both of them, yeah.
Yep. I always tell myself that I wanted somebody that was like me. And to that point, I appreciate when I find like-minded individuals. That said, I've definitely married someone who is my opposite, and I appreciate the differences for the most part. That said, there has to be, like, you know, core things that are, you know, you both want kids, you both want, you know, you both believe in monogamy, apparently. You both, you know,
Just that apparently.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have some things, otherwise it's not gonna work out, you know, like, oh, you want to live in New York, she wants to live in LA, like, fork in the road. So those major, you know, congruencies aside, like, yeah, the things where, like, the stuff that she likes, I hate, and it works out because I'm like, oh, you can have that. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, good. No. And vice versa. Like, the things that she has strength at are exactly my weaknesses. Like, she is very good at making phone calls, following up on those. And those are things I hate. Give me a chat bot. Give me, you know, a website, a well-maintained and serviced website that I can do everything on my own. Cool. Having to speak to another human being. No, thank you. He said on a podcast. And you know, those are.
I was gonna say it.
I heard myself as I said it, so yeah. Those are the things that I appreciate. I appreciate those mutual beneficial, you know, symbiotic differences. But that said, I love trying to push the things that I like on her, and I love when she loves them too. So, like, the fact that she's getting into anime, awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
I appreciate you. He put two anime in my life that she actually is liking, and so that's really opened the door for her. And same thing, like, she started playing Sims, and there was like a time where I woke up and she was still gaming. I was like, what? And instead of being like, hey, you got to go to work in the morning. I'm just in love. So, yeah. And she's made me go outside. Yay.
A lot.
Oh, so much.
So much outside.
So much outside. To the point where now I find it funny when she gets tired of being outside. Then I'm like, oh, hey, don't talk dirty with me. Talking about going.
I think that's part of the fruits, though. It's like, you know, if you have two things that are close, it's like gold electroplating, right?
Define it and explain it.
You know, when you have like water and then you take an electromagnetic and you put like gold on one node and then you put like, I don't know, copper on the other node, and then the electricity will like make the gold ions like cover the copper.
No,
Like,
I don't know.
What?
You're like, you know, when you no, I don't. Like what?
You gotta admit,
no, that's so.
you went into this expecting everyone to know exactly what that is.
No, so
Explain
you know
it.
when they have like gold plated and like, you know, with a little thin layer of another metal on another
Like
right?
most coins.
Yeah, so if you take a metal that has a higher weight, I believe, and then you stick like you take a battery and then you hook a wire from the battery up to a piece of gold, right? So it's battery gold. And then you put the other metal on the other part and you put them both in like a medium, like water is a go, or people usually do saline because it like transfers better. The gold ions will leave through the water and be attracted to the other metal and plate that metal and cover that metal in gold. And that's how they plate stuff. The point I was making is that if two people, even if they're very dissimilar, are on the same medium for a long time, marriage, you know, situationship, that some of their personality ions will transfer over to the other person. And they might not become that thing, but at least they'll be plated in that, you know, new personality. You know, my wife watches anime now. I like, you know, what does she give me? I don't know. Some awareness, probably. More self-awareness. So yeah, that helps.
I like to think you know more about medicine than you would have otherwise.
I know a lot more about medicine than I would otherwise.
Yeah.
But I will say that my time, like repairing like boo-boos and stuff in the fight world directly conflict with like medical advice. So I have to remind myself that this person is not like trying to get to the next round. They need to go to the doctor. Just give one more round. Just throw some sand in it. Keep moving.
Oh man. Paper towel and a duct tape. You'll be all right.
Super glue
Ooh.
is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
You have a super glue like a cut. You just pour some super glue in and hold it. Boom, you're done.
That doesn't poison you?
I mean, I'm sure it's like literally toxic, but you'll be fine.
Okay. It's probably not enough to.
I mean, no one I've ever done that to has died. So, well, from that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying. If the person has this giant gash in their head and they have to go back out and fight, there's no ring, doc, and you got some super glue, have at it.
Yeah. Side note, because we were talking about coins and plating, just random fact, just throwing it out there. Coins are the different sizes because they used to be made out of different metals that weighed differently. And so you had to, you know, the weight was correlated to their value. And so you
So
needed
they use the same weight?
What?
Did they use the same weight? Like all coins are the same weight, but based off of the actual metal they're using, it determines the value?
No, it was this much gold is worth, this much copper is worth this much nickel, worth this much silver. So
Yeah.
dimes are smaller, nickels are bigger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Right. But that's why it's like, oh, you need 5 of these coppers to make one.
No,
nickel.
I said they're standardized the weight. And okay, yeah. Okay, that is different. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I paused, because I'm like, nope.
I got there.
Cool. That said, because I forget what led us down plating.
Being equally yoked.
where does that stop being cute and start being like the grounds for a breakup or worse? Either we're too similar or we're not similar enough.
I think that happens because, like I said, like based off of what those similarities are. If the similarities are like we both lie all the time, then yeah, that's not good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the similarities are like we're both a-holes who never admit that they're wrong. Yeah, that's bad. You know what I mean?
True.
So it just depends on what those similarities are. Like I wouldn't want to date someone in the same occupation or profession as me, just because I think that would, not because I'm like, I don't know. I think people that operate around the engineering sciences have very high self-esteem and confidence in what they say. So I think that if you have two people like that in general, regardless if it's me or somebody else, it's like it's not grounds for a breakup. It's just that it makes communications hard. I think my wife is a pretty technical person, but even still, like communication is difficult. So you have to have people who at least are good intentioned and like open-minded, even if they think differently. But if those differences are fundamentally based off things that are like, you know, not good, like just self-destructive, that's when it's not cute. That's when it's like, okay, that's not. And I think that varies from couple to couple. Something that could be problematic for one couple could be not that big of a deal for another one.
Yeah, true. I mean, everybody has the deal breakers. Like, you got to like music if you're with me. If you don't like music, or vice versa, if I hate the music that you love, no, it's not gonna work. I thought being with an extrovert would be the thing, but apparently not.
How about two people with political differences?
Yo, I've seen it. I do not understand how it works.
I don't believe it. I think that works. Same thing with people with two different religions. It doesn't work. And if it's working, that means somebody's lying. That's it.
Or someone doesn't care.
Why?
Yeah, then you're lying.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so religion's a little easier to describe, right?
Yeah, because you could have someone who's not as practicing their religion as the other person.
So I'm being very narrow-minded here, by the way. So let me just set that out here, right? I'm being very Euro-American Christian-centric right now in this statement, okay? But most of the time we're talking about this, and this is an American show, so we're mostly talking about Americans, which means more than likely we're talking about Christians and Jewish people and Muslims, right? But, you know.
Shout out to the Hindus, what's up?
Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior, you shall have no other gods. Plain and simple, clear as day. If you believe that, you're good. If you don't believe that, you're going to hell. Black and white, right? And
according to that religion.
Yeah, and it's your job.
According to that religion.
Yeah.
I don't want no letters.
According to that religion. According to that religion. I'm not saying that. I'm saying according to the religious scriptures and catechism and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's your job to, and it's your job to save other people from damnation, right?
According to that religion, yes.
According to that religion, yeah. So if somebody was a non-believer and they were a good friend of mine, I would take personal either responsibility or personal grief in their salvation or lack of salvation. So if somebody is Muslim and I'm this devout Christian, or I'm following, the way that I guess it's supposed to be followed, and I'm just cool with them being Muslim, that's contradictory out the gate. Now, I know several people who are in multi-religious relations, and I have no problem with it, but you'd have to dial back down your religion and your religious beliefs and straight up ignore stuff or find a way to justify it. So when I say they're lying, it's probably a little too harsh. That's probably a little too harsh. No, the New Testament don't fix that, bro. That's almost cemented in the New Testament.
I mean, granted, Deuteronomy would never, but
so
New Testament is a little more lax.
People have to kind of, it's a little easier with religion because, if I don't believe that, Muhammad was the last prophet, then that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an issue. And if it's not an issue, then I've made some type of concession I probably shouldn't be making according to the true way to follow the religion. Yeah. I think the same thing goes with politics. I think if there's a saying that the politics is personal. And so people say, well, that's just politics. It doesn't really affect my life. It's like that. To me, that means that you don't have a firm understanding of what politics, like how politics affect your life.
Because
and how politics
literally the
affects
point of politics.
Other people's life. That is the point, right? You have civics, right? And then to enforce those things, you have politics, right? And so when people, especially nowadays, if people are on opposing sides of the political field, right? I don't want to say left and right because it's a little bit more complicated than that. But they're opposing sides of the political spectrum. Like, I don't agree or like some left-leaning people because their ideas are ridiculous. I don't jive with Rebel's politics very well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Rebel doesn't jive with my politics either. But there's no fundamental differences there, right?
Right.
There's some fundamental, foundational differences between, the two larger sides of the political spectrum here, and a lot of things in between. So if you're just compensating for that, it's just you're just not being honest with them, Truda. And maybe you have to do that to like make your life work.
How fun is this person?
But what are you sacrificing? You know what I mean? Because some of these things are so personal and some of these things are so character defining that like I can't get with you, bro.
You literally disagree with my existence.
Yeah, I can't deal with that. So that's my take on it. He said into the void.
And you don't like R&B, man? No, I'm kidding.
Take on that, Electric?
Yeah.
My take on it? I'm not a political person, so I really don't care. Well, no, let me take that back. I can't say that I don't really care. If there was someone that was really extreme with the politics, then I would care. I know people on both sides of politics that I actually like. And then I know people that are on the extreme side of the politics. And I'm talking about like Democrat and Republican, where they're real extreme about it. And I don't really care for those kind of people. But the people that I met that are on both sides, I like them either way. So,
but we're not talking about liking people, right? Like I have had friends that are just racist. And I tried to explain that to people before, and it's difficult for them to understand that.
Wait, consciously racist or subconsciously racist?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, because there's one where it's like,
but
where you can point out, like, have you noticed you never blah 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 this time?
I would say ignorantly racist. So they would make statements like, "Well, black people aren't as smart as white people," right?
Right.
But they wouldn't call me a hard R. They would say, well, they are naturally predisposed to more violence. And I was like, that's just racist,
Yeah, wrong.
And we got along just fine, right? We got along just fine because I didn't have to cross any large thresholds. I can keep that relationship where it was. So liking someone and getting along with somebody, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about dating the person.
Well, you got to like who you date. Right?
No. But here's what I'm saying. You can think of a person who like loves ice, right? And you might be able to get along with that person so long as y'all don't really talk about that a lot, right? But you wouldn't date a person who just loves. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't do that. That it's different when you put it in that context. So getting along with somebody is just completely different than dating them. The standards are different.
Okay, I see what you're saying there. Yeah.
How fine are they?
No. Again, you're talking about dating versus doing something else that's different. I can do that, but I'm not dating them.
Exactly. This is Spider-Man. Everybody gets one.
One side of the differences that I don't like is like, say for instance, the things that I like to do, right? This is where I would want someone to not be the opposite of me. Such as like the interest that I have, like the kind of movies I watch, the kind of media I consume and stuff. If I can't share that with someone, then it's kind of like, it's a bummer, Like I like a lot of Marvel and DC stuff, and I would like to be able to share that with my partner. So that would be one thing that is opposite that I wouldn't want.
Is there too far? What if there was somebody who like actually liked this stuff more than you, Like,
It would be too far if they're always trying to like correct me about things. But if they're trying to teach me about stuff, I don't know. That doesn't bother me. But if they become obnoxious about it, then it's like, all right, shut the fuck up, you know? So it all depends. Too much of anything is bad, right?
mm-hmm.
So there has to be kind of like a fine balance.
Moderation, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're working real hard not to say it, aren't you?
Did you know they call me?
They're probably just shaking like.
Gotta say it.
I'm on the podcast. Can't say it. Fuck it. You know they call me moderation, Jason. So if y'all don't know, this is a long-standing joke. I mean, this has been from like my teenage years. I was probably like 14 where I first started saying this. I would rhyme certain words with my name. So it all started in the 9th grade. And we're gonna side note real quick on yeah, here we go. So it started in the 9th grade. They put me in a sex ed class, and in this class, the teacher wanted everybody to like, say their name, and you had to pick a word that started with the first letter of your name. So it was like, like Silly Sally or Radical Ralph, stuff like that. And me, I just go up there and I'm like, I'm Jaculation Jason. Yo, the whole class erupted. Everybody's cracking up. And out of nowhere, I hear one girl's piercing voice cut right through. And she's like, you're so stupid. That doesn't even start with a J. It starts with an E. I don't know why I thought of that word. I don't even recall of ever even hearing that word before I said it. But I just knew it for some weird reason. And I just decided to say, I was always a little class clown. So I just decided to say it. And yeah, ever since then, I've been doing shit like that. So whenever somebody says anything with like a TION at the end, I always have to do that. It's just my little quirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Jason creation.
I'm looking forward to the Muppets.
Oh, that's going to be a dope ass reel. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And we're back. Now you got to find something that rhymes with electric.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing really that rhymes with electric.
Eclectic.
There's
Nah,
too
that
much.
sounds so whack.
Yeah.
All right, back to the topic, guys. sorry to side. I don't even know what the word is, but yeah, I derailed the show. My bad, y'all.
It's okay. That's part of what happens. We let it happen, and
The show rides on one rail at most at all times anyway. So
Yeah.
Plus, you're gonna edit it, cut it out. That's the reason why I leave some of these big old gaps, because I'm like, he'll cut it out.
Yeah.
So
I cut
if
out.
you are listening and you heard a massive gap, let us know.
I'm not doing
somebody
my
doing
job.
a
You about to lose your job.
Oh man.
So yeah. But anyway, no, that was the main thing. I think we've pretty much hit on the core of this, which seems to be moderation. As moderation Jason let us know. It's too much of a good thing is a bad thing, but not enough of a good thing won't make it forever. Now
And then
everybody turn into their partners and like
And then you have those partners that are just total opposites, where they're just always fighting, right? And then you wonder how the hell do they stay together? So that's when
Oh, I
know the
I
sex
know.
is fire.
Mm,
It's gotta
yeah.
be.
no, that I would say that's probably half of it, man.
Yeah.
Because some of these people are do not just in sexless relationships, and they stay with each other because, first of all, if you're offended, then I am talking about you. How about that?
Wow.
No, I don't want people to be like, oh, you talking about me? I'm not talking about anybody. But you know what? If I'm offended, then maybe I am talking about you. I just don't know. Some of these people, I think, I don't know much. I've been married for 12 years, but I stood up in church for the 12 years thing, and then somebody stood up for 55, and I was like, yeah. So I'm by no means an expert. Sometimes I feel like I'm holding this thing together by tape. But what I'm saying is that the people who just argue and fight all the time, like, how the hell are they in a relationship? I think the sex probably accounts for probably about 40% of those relationships, but the other 60% is, I think these people are like people who are like damaged and hurt and don't feel like they can do better outside. So they just deal with it because it's easier for them to do it, even though they're just miserable. Like, It's like, do you want anything better? They're like, no, I'm here and I'm good. I'm just miserable. I'm not talking about old people.
I mean,
Old couples have earned that right to hate each other and argue all the time. So
to that point, though, there's a lot of folks that, they're together because they have been together. You know what I mean? Like that comfort.
Absolutely.
It's not even comfort. It's
comfort.
I know, because I don't want to call it comfort because it's not comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
No. they neither of them had the courage to end it, or they were in a situation where they straight up couldn't.
Sunken cost fallacy, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, we already been together this long. Just ride this thing on out.
Yeah.
And to that point, it's like, man, both of y'all are miserable, though. Like, it just, hey, just for the good of everyone else, just call it a day.
Please break up. Please break up.
You put in your time.
I know people like that, man. Please break up.
It's funny because my daughter was having an issue at school with some other kid, and we apparently my wife talked to his mom, and it turns out the parents divorced, right? And so he was acting up. First off, I was like, that's not an excuse. My parents divorced. I never acted up based on that. Two, I distinctly remember wanting my parents to get together again until I was old enough to realize, oh no, this was for the best. Nope. Nope. Stay apart. I was unfamiliar with y'all's games. Yes. This was good call. Break up. Thank you. Thank y'all for coming together long enough for me to exist. No pun intended.
Dude.
Be apart now. So yeah. So to that point, I think there are a lot of people who don't have I don't want to say the courage, because it's not necessarily courage.
No, it's courage.
It really is courage.
It really is. It's absolutely courage.
But also, there are a lot of people who it's not a matter of courage. It's just like, no, you're trapped. But for the people who are not trapped, it's like, hey, just call it a day.
It's still courage, but they got an excuse.
Yeah. There's so many people that I broke up with because I'm like, look, we could stay together. We could make this work, and we would be one of those couples that's like, marriage is work. It doesn't have to be. Your person is out there. Don't let me stop you from being with your person. I'm clearly not your dude. And it's, there's folks that, I was with. It was just like, yo, you're nice, but I'm not getting any personality out of you. Or what your personality is not captivating to me. Captivating. So we can be friends. So yeah. I think if a lot of folks were like, really just take a moment, figure out what they actually want. Because that's the thing. A lot of people don't know what they want. They know what looks nice. They know what's shiny. They see other people having things, and they're like, oh, I want that. Like, oh, they went on that trip. I want to go on that trip. It's like, you don't really want to go on that trip. You don't like sand like that. Like, oh, they went kayaking. You don't even want to be on the water. You don't want your hair to get red. So people see things they think they want. It's like, oh, he's handsome. I'm always like, first off, he's in the gym to look like that. You are allergic to the gym. He was going to be trying to get you in the gym. Y'all don't work.
Oh, that's another one. Oh my gosh. Someone that doesn't want to work out. Yeah.
You got to know yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things. A lot of people go into relationships even though they don't know themselves. So it's like, how are you even sure what whether y'all are opposites or congruent?
That's very true.
You don't know yourself.
It's funny. I saw a video, pop the balloon video, right? And the guy, he basically told the woman that he didn't want her because he was like, I took a look at you, and I like a woman with some meat on her bones, and you look like you're very active. You look like you run a lot. I don't do any of those ing things, like running, thising, vacationing. And he's like, I mean, I could do some running, but we'll get up to mile 1, and I'll be back here wheezing while you're all the way up there on mile 4. So I thought that was pretty funny, man. I was like, well, he knows what he wants. And it was cool because it was like, he wasn't trying to play her, you know, like he was just saying, yo, I can't be with you because you're just gonna outperform me. So we won't be compatible. And you know, she's cracking up, she's eating it up. It was a funny scene. Because a lot of times that show, like, people are just shitting on each other in that show. They're just doing it to try to, I don't know what it is. It almost seems like they try to make other people look bad to try to make themselves look better. It's so weird.
Which also doesn't work. Because the first thing I'm going to think is, oh, yeah, you like completely like shat on that dude for no reason. Why would I want to be with this person? Mm-hmm. I'm so glad I'm not in the dating game anymore, but God forbid I ever have to go back to it.
Yeah. And it's so funny. I'll hear older dudes talk about, you know, the dating game, and they're like, man, sometimes I wish I was single. I'm like, yeah, you ain't going to have fun. Shut your ass up. The dating game ain't nothing fun, man.
The best thing that happened to you walked out already.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe another one. Good luck finding it.
Yep, for real. So if y'all got somebody that y'all already cherish, stay there. Don't think there's anything better out there. There ain't.
Not even 10 minutes ago, we were just saying have the courage to walk away.
I'm gonna tell you no. You ain't leaving.
Skip all of that. Like you say, I was just outside. Stay inside.
Stay inside. Yo, did you hear like what happened during spring break? Like they were giving the statistics on like all the STDs people were catching during spring break. It's insane, bro.
Remember STDs?
Yo, remember those guys? Yeah, you don't want that. These old dudes running around trying to hook up with these young chicks. These young chicks. I can't say that about all young chicks, but man, we were wilding when we were young too. So I sound old.
They better. I'm like, what's a pregnancy scare?
I
don't have those.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Pregnancy scares are no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's another difference. Some people want kids, some people don't.
There was somebody that I was super cool with. Like, we had a great time together, but I was like, I'm going to break up with you because I know you don't want kids. You've said it. You've made it clear. And I do. So what are we doing? Like, where would this go? Eventually, I'd want kids and you wouldn't. So...
And meanwhile, I was running around. I was just like, nah, don't want no kids. And so many women out there are like, yeah, I want kids. And I mean, you're talking about women in their late 30s, going into their 40s, talking about they want kids. I'm like, oh, that's tough, you know? And more power to you if you can do it, but I can't do it. I don't want to be 60 and my kids are starting college. So, all right, there go Brent Syphon.
Yeah, I was trying to do it quietly just to make sure, like,
it's like boom, 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 boom. That's all I hear. Boom, 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 boom.
You ever play with Platt?
It sounds like
a drum machine.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a bass, but you dial down the frequency, or you pitched up the frequency all the way. Like you took off all the lows, and you could slightly still hear the kick drum. That's what it sounds like. All right. Y'all want to start wrapping this up? We're at an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's good. I feel like we
comprehensive.
Yeah. You know, if we were to recap, hey, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Leave your person, stay with your person. You'll be all right. You know thyself.
Know thyself.
Yo, man, I always say the two things I wish I could give the world are patience and understanding. And that understanding is understanding of other people, but also understanding of yourself and how things work.
I'm with it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that'd be another episode. What would two things you would give the world? We'll do that another time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This has been the HLS Podcast, the podcast that never was. Late to the party. Radical Teddy and friends. To that point. Haters loving sarcasm. Hot like summer. High level sophistication. Hidden logical sarcasm. Oh, I already said the sarcasm one. Dang it. I got to fix it.
Go ahead. Do another take. Do another take right there.
Just cut that one out. What? Edit. You want me to do a whole nother take? Just take that part out.
Well, thank y'all for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends about us, share the videos, share the audio, point them our way, bring them in, start the conversation about the show. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Tell us whether you agree with us. Yeah.
They tell two friends, and they tell two friends, and so on, and so on.
Mm-hmm. You tell your friends to get with my friends, and then we can be
Yo.
No.
Oh, so much great music just ruined forever.
No, right? Shit.
Also, I can never hear these parts of the song the same way again.
For real.
I saw that thing the other day. This lady was talking about like the twin mom, and she was talking about listening back to these songs as an adult. It's like, I should not have been listening to this as a kid. It's like, yeah. Even the Christmas, not the Christmas song, Baby It's Cold Outside. Song doesn't sound the same now.
It's not bad.
Say, what's in this drink?
That's bad.
All right, then we're out.
Abanki bueno bia jenga fero ke osimiri ncheta